We've all heard that monk lifestyle stereotype. Quiet, peaceful, incredibly mindful. But what if I told you that Buddhist wisdom not only helps us find inner peace, but can reveal lifestyle habits that harm us in subtle ways? Modern science confirms what many ancient traditions taught. Our daily patterns and unconscious behaviors shape our well-being far more than we realize. Today, we'll explore 10 common habits that Buddhists warn slowly poison our bodies and minds. By digging into Buddhist psychology and mindfulness teachings, we'll uncover why these 10 tendencies create a hidden sickness inside us. The wisdom reveals how anger, addiction, judgment, and other toxic habits damage us over time, like a slow-acting but deadly poison. The fascinating part: this isn't about strictly following external rules. It's about self-awareness. When we shine a light on our unconscious patterns, suddenly we can choose new pathways that uplift our lives. Imagine releasing the habits quietly weighing you down and embodying new patterns that energize your body and mind. If you're ready to create positive change from the inside out, this video provides an eye-opening framework. Let's explore the 10 slow-acting poisons and cultivate the antidotes, the empowering habits that can transform toxicity into wisdom, stillness, and compassion. Are you ready to awaken and uncover the path to true health? Let's begin. Number 1. Excessive sleep. Excessive sleep refers to sleeping substantially more than one's body needs to feel well rested. It becomes a habit of overindulgence in sleep. When we sleep too much, it can lead to a state of lethargy, sluggishness, and low energy during waking hours. There is a sense of apathy, boredom, or mild depression from sleeping away valuable hours. From a Buddhist view, excessive sleep represents wasted time that could be spent in spiritual practice, self-improvement, acts of service, or connecting with others. Sleeping too much leads to complacency. In the Buddhist teachings, the middle way is emphasized. This means finding a balanced approach between extremes or indulgences. Moderation should guide all areas of life, including sleep habits. To overcome excessive sleep, establish a regular sleep schedule that allows 7 to 8 hours in bed. This amount lets most people feel refreshed and energized the next day. Use mindfulness practices to increase awareness of sleep and recognize when you may be oversleeping as an avoidance strategy. Redirect the mind gently when tempted to sleep excessively. Aim to arise each day energized and ready to engage in purposeful activities. Regulate sleep to support physical vitality and an alert, enlightened mind. So in summary, excessive sleep from a Buddhist view is seen as a spiritual obstacle and habitual time wasting. Applying mindfulness and the middle path teaches us to sleep in moderation. This supports our health, productivity, and personal growth. Number 2. Skipping exercise. Skipping exercise means not engaging in regular physical activity and movement, allowing the body to become sedentary and unfit. Lack of exercise negatively impacts both physical and mental health. Physically, the body loses strength, endurance, and vitality. Mentally, mood and focus deteriorate without the benefits of movement. In Buddhist teachings, the body and mind are deeply connected and interdependent. Caring for the body through exercise helps stabilize and empower the mind. Likewise, a strong mind supports a vigorous body. To overcome this habit, incorporate exercise into your regular daily routine. Choose activities you enjoy: walking, running, dance, sports, yoga, etc. Movement and exertion invigorate both body and mind. From a spiritual view, time spent exercising is time invested in self-care. When we care for our physical health, we create conditions for mental clarity and wisdom. Our practice deepens. Regular exercise, approached with mindfulness, can become a moving meditation. The fluidity of motion calms the mind and creates joyful vitality. Our presence in the body is illuminated. In summary, skipping exercise harms the symbiotic connection between body and mind. By making movement a consistent habit, we care for the sacred union of our physical and mental well-being. Number 3. Unhealthy eating. Consistently eating processed junk foods, sugars, and refined carbs leads to obesity, inflammation, and disease, harming physical and mental health. The Buddha encouraged healthy, mindful eating habits. Mindless eating or overindulgence in unhealthy foods reflects attachment and craving. Consuming toxic food poisons the body slowly. Obsession with satisfying food cravings obscures living skillfully. Buddhists advise savoring nutritious, balanced meals. Eat slowly, with gratitude and appreciation. Select natural, fresh foods that nourish the body temple. Be moderate rather than indulgent with food intake. Consume enough to meet the body's needs, without overeating. Stop before feeling full or bloated. Approaching eating meditatively, as a sacred act, fosters discipline and wisdom. Healthy dietary choices are an act of self-care, preventing disease. With mindful eating, we reduce cravings and experience true satisfaction. Number 4. Lack of social activities. Human beings are inherently social creatures who thrive through meaningful connections. However, habitual isolation causes immense suffering according to Buddhist teachings. When we lack community and supportive relationships, it corrodes our sense of meaning and mental well-being. Loneliness triggers depression, anxiety, and even physical decline. To avoid the pitfalls of isolation, Buddhists emphasize seeking out friendships, community events, and social activities that uplift the spirit. We flourish through giving and receiving affection. Making time for nurturing relationships and contributing to the happiness of others is considered integral to the Buddhist path. Good company buoys our mood and motivation. By engaging in social activities, we ward off the toxicity of loneliness. Participating in community deepens empathy and wisdom. Our lives shine brighter reflected through those around us. Therefore, Buddhists avoid the trap of withdrawing too much. While solitude has its place, regular social interaction is vital for human thriving and enlightenment. Number 5. Taking too much. Buddhism teaches that attachment to material possessions and taking more than we need causes suffering. Happiness is not found through accumulating goods, wealth, and indulgences. Craving and greed for more possessions feeds the ego and makes us unsatisfied. It causes us to measure self-worth by material means, always seeking the next thing to make us happy. This is a delusion according to Buddhist principles. The antidote is to practice non-attachment, generosity, and using wealth to benefit others. By giving rather than taking too much, we reduce clinging. Generosity also opens the heart, creating connection. Buddhists encourage focusing on developing inner qualities over accumulating external wealth. When we cease taking more than we require, we reduce craving. With less distraction, we can focus on presence and realize the abundance within. Letting go of always wanting more possessions lightens the spirit. It enables us to be content with simplicity and derive joy from non-material sources. This is the pathway to true well-being. Number 6. Overworking. Overworking, or excessive diligence, leads to burnout, exhaustion, and ill health according to Buddhist teachings. The Buddha emphasized finding a middle way, including in one's work life. When we overwork, we tax the body and mind beyond capacity. Preoccupation with work causes neglect of spiritual, social, familial, and recreational needs. Essential self-care falls by the wayside. Constant work-related stress results in fatigue, insomnia, decreased concentration, and even physical illness over time. Working too hard goes against living skillfully. To avoid overworking, Buddhists suggest learning to set boundaries and allocate time for relaxation and rejuvenation. Take frequent breaks during work to rest and reset. After work, engage in activities that reduce stress and bring joy. Prioritize good nutrition, movement, socializing, and spiritual practices. Work is essential, but should be balanced with other aspects of a well-rounded life. When work is excessive, we rob vital energy from other avenues of fulfillment. Finding equilibrium leads to sustainable productivity, health, and well-being. Number 7. Not relaxing. Failing to set aside time for relaxation leads to chronic stress and anxiety. Buddhist teachings encourage nurturing inner peace, which cannot flourish in a life of perpetual motion. When we get caught up in busyness and constant activity, our sympathetic nervous system gets hyperstimulated. This results in muscular tension, moodiness, irritability, poor concentration, digestive issues, and even depression from sustained high cortisol. Buddhists emphasize the importance of relaxation techniques like meditation, yoga, deep breathing, getting a massage, or soaking in a hot bath. These activities induce the relaxation response, quieting the mind and nervous system. Connecting with nature is also profoundly calming, whether that's taking a stroll outdoors, sitting beneath a tree, or gazing at the ocean. Quiet, natural settings lower blood pressure and stress hormones. By interspersing activities and work with intervals of relaxation, we keep the nervous system balanced. The Buddha taught that peace comes from within, not external conditions. Slowing down to relax and renew, accessing our innate calm. Number 8. Unhealthy relationships. Relationships that are emotionally toxic or draining sap our vitality and peace of mind. Buddhist teachings encourage surrounding oneself with positive influences and letting go of associations that erode well-being. Being around individuals who are manipulative, abusive, arrogant, or stuck in harmful patterns rubs off on us energetically. Over time, these unhealthy relationships weigh us down mentally and physically. Buddhists advise regularly assessing the impact of relationships on your overall wellness. Notice how you feel after spending time with certain people. Do you feel uplifted, inspired, and supported? Or does the encounter leave you fatigued, confused, or demoralized? Choose friends, partners, and associates who align with your values and elevate your spirit. Limit time and interactions with those who display chronic negativity, hostility, or lack of integrity. Don't sacrifice your tranquility for harmful company. Surround yourself with admirable people who are ethical, wise, and emanate positive energy. Their virtues and enthusiasm will rub off on you. Our companions profoundly shape the direction and quality of our lives. Number 9. Negative thinkings. Habitual negative thinking corrodes mental health and conflicts with Buddhist principles of skillful living. In Buddhism, our thoughts shape our reality and impact how we experience life. Being prone to pessimism, criticism, worry, and dwelling on the unpleasant reinforces neural pathways in the brain that generate unhappiness. Negative thinking dims our awareness and perspective. Buddhists encourage countering negative thinking by practicing mindfulness, self-compassion, and optimistic thinking. Noticing negative thought patterns when they arise allows us to consciously pivot to more constructive reflections. Repeatedly guiding the mind to uplifting themes transforms our mental habits over time. We can choose to focus on the positive without denying the negative. Seeking beauty, feeling gratitude, wishing others well, remembering impermanence. These intentional mental shifts create spaciousness for peace. Our thought patterns drive our moods and behaviors. Training the mind through meditation, prayer, and mantras generates tremendous power for realizing our aspirations. Our mental habits shape our lives, so Buddhists take care to cultivate skillful thought. Number 10. Aggressive behavior. Aggression, hostility, and violence deeply harm both oneself and others according to Buddhist principles. The Buddha instead taught cultivating compassion, care, and thoughtful speech and action. Expressing anger through aggression causes suffering. It reinforces neural pathways associated with negativity, irritability, and lashing out. This makes it more likely to respond aggressively again. Aggression also inflicts harm on victims, tearing at the fabric of community. It spreads pain rather than healing. Reflecting carefully on the consequences of our actions is key to restraining aggression. Buddhism encourages responding to conflict or disagreement with empathy, wisdom, and care for all involved. Meeting animosity with patience and consideration halts the cycle of harm. We can train the mind to override impulses towards verbal and physical aggression. The more we embody peaceful, ethical conduct, the more this will ripple outwards to others. While injustice should be addressed, Buddhism teaches force and aggression only breed further violence. The true antidote is compassion for others and oneself. This alone can heal suffering at its root. The Buddhist teachings shine an illuminating light on habits that subtly poison our bodies and minds. By investigating these 10 tendencies, from aggression to isolation to greed, we're empowered to carve a new path. As we've explored, real harm comes not from any outer enemy, but from unconscious patterns within. The good news: with awareness, we can weed out what harms and cultivate what heals. Now you have the wisdom to carefully examine your lifestyle and make conscious choices. Will you water the seeds of suffering or nurture your highest potential? The gift is that the power lies with you. Your life is your garden. What will you grow? My hope is you feel inspired to let go of what no longer serves you and embrace new habits blossoming with promise. When we tend carefully to our days, we transform our lives. By walking this middle path of moderation and true care, we can awaken to inner peace. The journey starts here. Just begin. We wish you the very best and look forward to connecting again soon. Thank you for joining us. Enjoy the fruits of wisdom. With awareness, we thrive. For more such insightful tales, teachings, and reflections, do hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Your support encourages us to delve deeper, explore further, and bring to you more such pearls of wisdom. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We appreciate your support.